A woman and her two sons were stabbed in the abdomen in Wong Tai Sin today. The mother was arrested on suspicion of wounding with intent. It's believed she was under stress after her two sons with special education needs recently moved back home from hostels. Following the incident, the 53-year-old mother and her 20-year-old sons were taken to Queen Elizabeth Hospital. All three were conscious at the time. Police received a report from the father of the family at 8 a.m. today, saying his wife and sons suffered injuries to their abdomen. They all live at Lung Pun Court in Wong Tai Sin. According to initial police investigation, the mother is suspected of attacking her two sons with a knife before hurting herself. She was arrested on suspicion of wounding. Sources say the trio have 2 to 3 stab wounds each. The mother is a housewife who's suffering from depression while her sons are autistic. The boys used to go to a school for students with special education needs and live in a hostel. But now they no longer qualify for such services because of their age. They moved back home in July and had since been taken care of by their parents. On Wednesday, the father went home and found nothing unusual as the trio were asleep. The next morning, all three of them suffered injuries to their abdomen and the father called the police. It's believed the mother had earlier indicated she was under stress and wanted to commit suicide with her sons, and she sought help from social workers. There's no record of violence in the household, but the police earlier received reports of quarrels between the couple. Following the incident, Secretary for Labour and Welfare Chris Sun said the Social Welfare Department had extended the brothers' stay in the hostel by 2 years in the past. He said authorities have been following up the case and will arrange the two brothers to stay in another daycare centre and dorm. The incident comes after several cases involving carers being unable to cope with stress or suffering from fatigue. That prompted the government to set up a 24-hour hotline to support carers with inquiries, referral and outreach services. Lawmakers say over 1,000 calls were received in the first 6 days since the hotline came into use. They've urged the government to provide more support for carers in the long run.